Good morning, everyone. My name is Anne-Marie Band. Today is November the 21st. It is Thanksgiving week holiday in the United States, and so our volumes are going to be fairly light as I bring to you the Moneyball morning report from the Benzinga Pro platform. So we're looking at SPY, and here's what we're going to think through. We're going to think through to ourselves what's going on. So you might go, what are these? These are heat maps. Heat maps are great. They tell us where a lot of price action is sitting and defending in both directions. They're defending it from the downside, they're defending it from the upside. So far in these heat maps, this defended to the downside and won, this defended to the downside and won. But notice, in this one, right over here, it defended this to the upside, and again, when we tested it, defended it to the upside. So we can see building price pressure underneath. What's the takeaway? The takeaway is the following. We've got a little bit of a fade this morning, I believe. And so what we really want to look at is, where do I position the long? So we know the majority of buyers that have been winning this pop-up have come in at around the 390 area. If we can't get into 390, we want to take a look at the last candle. And that means, what was the low? You're going to find buyers there. What was the close? Because it's a red candle. What was the close? You might find sellers there if it loses this edge. And then once it breaks out over the top of the candle, it's going to be bullish pressure for sure. So if you're trading things other than the SPY, if SPY gets up over this area, a rising tide lifts all boats. And so you're going to see more upward action here. I like to look at the opening range. I like to use 2 minutes. It is you can use whatever you want. You can use 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. It doesn't matter, really. A lot of people use different things all the time. The question is, where is strength coming in? And if strength comes in at the base of support, you're going to have yourself a really great opportunity to go, all right, I'm going to try and buy. I'm going to buy here if it gets up above this area, and I'm going to be able to set my stop just underneath a nearby candlestick formation. My favorite thing to do is look 2 candles to the left to help you decide what the range is going to be. Folks that use the strat look 1 candle to the left. I use a modified strat, and so I like looking at 2 candles to the left because a lot of times we leave 1 candle out to the races, right? So the 2 candles to the left give us quite a bit of information. All right, that being said, that's what we're looking at for these guys. We're going to look for this range, gets up above here, more buying action, gets below here, we're going to cram into this area. Friday is going to be the day to watch, all right, for sure. Let's take a look at the cues. All right, from the cues, well, I don't want to see any candlestick patterns there. Oops, no. Let's see what this is. All right, so just moving the segments out, here is the daily formation. We're looking at the same sort of thing. This is how we closed. It was a bearish candlestick. Buyers came in from underneath. We'll use that area, 282.60. We know it's a little choppy, so it might come into 281, but the price action here is doing the same sort of thing with much deeper retracements, right? Wave 1, wave 2 could come all the way here from that perspective. If we look at the chop zone, right, I've got it fleshed out here, and so my focus is going to be at these regions into this area. And so I believe that we're still in a very choppy space for the cues. The fact of the matter is, when we pull back, we have been moving higher, and that's going to be good. Levels to watch here, listen, you need to look at where are we in respect to the last couple of days. Notice the close of Friday is the low of Wednesday, right? That's very interesting to me. So that's going to be that line in the sand. If we lose the 284 level, we're going to have some problems. And if we hold the 280, let's pull this in just a wee bit. If we hold 288, we've got more upside to go. So that's really what we're watching. It could be very choppy. We don't see any heat lines here. On the weekly, we might see a heat line or two, but I think they're higher. Yeah, not too many heat, not too much participation here, which gives me some pause. All right, so that's really what we want to look at. Let's see if it's pulling in the 4-hour lines. Right? Oh, wow, that's very interesting. And notice it's come right into the lines that we drew. That's fantastic. This works perfectly. This is great. I had no idea these heat lines were here, but notice our eyeballs told us that that's what would be the case. And so this is very, very interesting. If we hold this lower edge, which did the same thing, it came in here, fought, held, fought, held, fought, lost, fought, held, and now we're still holding this area. So this is going to be a big zone for us to watch today. I know it's a long video. Just want to tell you specifically where to buy and sell here, because that's key for the morning. Thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow.